supposed to be, okay, now we're recording. So we are recording today. This is for some of our unlimited people who maybe can't access it exactly at the time. So I will be sending out all of the recordings a little bit later. And just remember, controlling the breath, that's the most important thing right now, and staying active. So we are just going to start today in a seated cross-leg position. So get your way to your mat, cross your legs, maybe twist and turn a little bit, sort of get some of the kinks out. Maybe take a few seated cows and cats if that feels good. I'm going to put you guys all on mute right now. If you need anything, you just let me know. You can unmute it. And coming to stillness. So you can rest the hands on the knees or the thighs. It can be palms up or palms down. Whatever feels right now. And just breathe in and out through the nose, feeling the chest rise with every inhale. Feeling it fall with every exhale. Remember, we're trying to stay kind of calm and focused. So a nice, long, slow, deep breathing practice is really good right about now. So you're going to root down into those sit bones. You want to feel that connection with the mat. Pull the belly button in and up. Make the spine a little bit longer, so just relax those shoulders down the back. Feel the crown of the head pulling up. Maybe tuck the chin a tiny, tiny bit, and pull the whole head back a little to get that spine in a nice one straight line. And just breathe. Slowing the thoughts. Make sure the teeth aren't clenched. Make sure the face isn't scrunched up. Take a moment here, set an intention for your class. Maybe it's to take a few moments during the day to find peace and stillness. Anything that works for you right now. With that intention in mind, let's bring the hands to the heart center. Fingertips touch, heels of the hands touch. Have a little bit of space in between the palms. Maybe tucking the chin a little bit. And we'll take a big deep inhale in through the nose. And let it out of the mouth. 2 more times like that, breathing in. Letting it out. And last one, in. And out. So we're going to head and blink the eyes open. Release the hands down. You can lift the gaze up. And we're just going to start kind of gentle today. So we're going to take some seated twists. So we're just going to bring that right hand behind our back, left hand to the right knee. sort of push down into those right fingertips so that the spine can lift up tall, the belly's pulled in, and just start to bring the chin over to the right shoulder and really bring your whole gaze all the way past that shoulder. Sitting up tall, pushing that left sitting bone down. Pull the belly in again. And we're just slowly, slowly untwist, being kind to your spine right now. Right hand to left knee, left hand behind the back. Keep it a little bit close to the spine so you can keep the spine straight. Relax that left shoulder down and back. Bring the chin over to the left shoulder and bring the eyes all the way to the left side of the eye socket. Really try and look over that left shoulder. Belly's in, right sitting bone down for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly, slowly undo that. And we're going to come right to our tabletop position. So wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. Maybe gaze in between those knees. You want to make sure you don't see your feet so that your shins are nice and parallel to the thighs. Good. So remember that belly's engaged. The biceps are wrapped forward. You want to feel long in the spine though. So don't collapse here at all. Just feel like the crown of the head's going forward, tailbone back, belly is in tight. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And we'll move through our cows and cats. So inhale, drop the belly, relax the shoulders, gaze goes up. And exhale, start to tuck that tailbone, round the back. Pull the belly in, pull the chin into the chest. And inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. And then just keep moving through these at your own pace, taking any extra movement you like. If you want to rock to the side and open up the sides of the ribs a little bit, just make sure you're still breathing, still in and out through the nose. You want to sink the hips back a little bit towards the heels, or maybe move the wrists around a little bit, whatever feels good for you. We're going to take 3 more. Making sure those shoulder blades really protract in your cats. Really push the mat away, pull the belly in. Last one, cow. And cat. Good. We'll be up in a neutral spine. And we're just going to take a little shoulder stretch. So we're going to inhale this right arm up. And we're going to exhale, slide this right hand between the thigh and the other arm, resting on the right shoulder, resting on the right side of the face. You can reach this left arm up overhead. You can take a bind if you want, whatever feels good right now. Just keep that belly in, keep the hips nice and even. I'm going to place this left hand back on the mat, lift ourselves up, right hand goes down, left arm goes up to the sky. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Resting on the left side, reaching that right arm up or taking a bind. And plant that right hand down, lift yourself back to a tabletop, and then sink the hips back, lower the forehead down, take your child's pose. So if you want to rock your head from side to side and sort of massage out that third eye, you can do that. A few more breaths in child's pose. Just lift your head a tiny bit off the mat and walk your hands to the right. So just feeling that side stretch along the left side. Keeping the hips down on the heels. Place the head back down on the mat. Really reach with those left fingertips. Just want to feel that stretch along that left side. And walk your hands back to center and then over to the left. Same thing. So today's class is going to be a little bit of a detox. I figure maybe some of you ate a little bit more over the weekend or a little more sugar than you usually do or drank a little more. So I'm just going to do a decent amount of twisting today, some stuff on our bellies. Take one more breath. Good. Walk the hands back to center and then just sort of lift the hips and lower all the way onto your belly. Hands go right underneath the shoulders. Quads are really engaged. Tops of the feet push into the mat. Make sure the neck is in line with the rest of the spine. Belly is down. And we're going to inhale, lift our chest, just taking a baby cobra here. Keeping the gaze neutral for 3. Legs are strong. 2. Shoulders down and back. 1. And lower down. We're just going to do that one more time. Next inhale, engage everything. Lift the chest up. Breathing here. Keep those legs strong. Pull those shoulders down. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And lower down. We're going to go right into a locust. So arms down by the sides, palms face down, legs are still engaged, neck is neutral. Inhale, lift the chest and the legs and the arms. If you can't lift everything, that's fine. You can keep the legs on the mat. You can keep the hands on the mat. Reaching those fingertips towards the heels, keeping those legs zipped together. 2 more breaths. 1 more. And lower down. And we're going to take 1 more locust. So maybe this time you interlace your fingers or not. It's up to you. It depends how open your shoulders are. And we're going to inhale, lift everything up. Belly stays engaged here. Kind of weird when it's pushed into the mat, but think about the belly button still pulled in. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Good. Lower down. Plant those hands under those shoulders. Tuck the toes. So we're pushing into a plank. If you want to push to a kneeling plank, that's totally fine. But if you're pushing into plank, you're really engaging those thighs, pulling the belly in, really pushing into the mat with the hands, and then pushing yourself straight up to a plank pose. And then settle into that plank. So biceps are wrapped forward. And again, this could be kneeling plank. You can still do all the engagements in a kneeling plank. Belly is in, upper back's rounded because you're really pushing the mat away. And remember, you know, that feeling of pubic bone towards sternum. So you're just really pulled in there. Feet are hips width distance, hands are shoulder width distance. Gaze is down at the mat. Pull the belly in tighter for 3, 2, 1. Hold it here. Lift that right leg up. Bring the right knee to the right elbow. Send it back. Lift the left leg up. Left knee to left elbow. Send it back. So when you bring the knees in, really crunch on that right side. So this is our core workout today. We're working on our obliques here. Right to right. Back to plank. Left to left. Back to plank. Don't lose the engagement. You're still pushing into the mat. Heart rate's coming up. 1 more each side, right to right. Left to left. Hold your plank. Lower to forearm plank.
Re-engage, belly in, upper back rounded, quads are strong. Walk those feet together to touch. Keep the forearms down. We're going to drop both heels to the right. Back to center. Both heels to the left. Back to center. And we're going to just keep rolling through them. Center, left, center. 2 more times each side. Keep the quads strong. Last one to the right. Last to the left. Hold that forearm plank and lower to your belly. Setting up for Sphinx pose. Nice 90-degree angle in the arms. Elbows right under the shoulders. So remember, kind of a personal thing, like those yogi fists, when I see people doing it like this, gets me nuts. I feel like somebody's gonna punch me. So just palms down, try and keep that relaxed butt engaged. Tops of the feet push into the mat. And you're just pulling the chest through kind of this window of the shoulders and upper arms. Two more breaths. One more. On the exhale, lower down. Plant the hands under the shoulders and make your way to down dog, however you like. Plank or kneeling plank. And then hips up and back. And take what you need here in your down dog. We didn't do any hamstring stretches, so feel free to pedal it out. Lifting a leg, whatever feels good here. And then we'll come to stillness. So pull that belly in so strong that you almost feel like your belly can lift those heels up off the mat. Pull it in, pull it in, pull it in. Start to lift those heels up so you're on those tippy toes. And then with straight legs, tippy toe walk yourself up to the top of the mat. Feet are at hips width distance when they get there. Grab those elbows, take your ragdoll. So it's early. You can bend the knees if that feels better. Sometimes when you bend the knees, you get to stretch a little bit more in the glutes and the lower back instead of the hamstrings, and that feels really good. If you want to take movement, you can swing from side to side. Just belly is in, and the heels are really light here. I can almost slide my fingers under my heels. Most of the weight's in the balls of my feet. Belly is pulled in. Good. Release those elbows, plant the hands. So we're going to plant this right hand down right in the center of our feet. We're going to bend this right knee and lift that left arm up. Taking a little twist here. Re-engage that belly. Make sure it's pulled in. Continue to breathe smoothly. Make it flow like waves going in and out. There's one thing I've noticed from practicing alone at home, it's that I tend to hold my breath a lot. Maybe that's something you do. Just try and keep it flowing. Lower this left hand down, replace the right, and lift the right arm up. Bending in the left knee, giving yourself a little twist. Belly is in. Tuck the tailbone a little, twist a little more. And then lower that right hand down. Good. We're going to inhale, come to that halfway lift. So hands to the shins, fingertips to the mat, whatever works for you. Exhale, fold. Inhale, long spine, firm belly, shoulder blades relax, weight is out of the heels. And exhale, fold. Last one, inhale for Ardha Uttanasana. And exhale, Uttanasana. Good, bending into those knees nice and deep. Keep the chin tucked, let the arms hang, roll yourself to standing. And set yourself up for your sun salutations. Feet together or apart, whatever works best for you. And we're just gonna roll right through them, really not too much stopping here, trying to get the heart rate up, get the sweat going a little bit. Starting off in mountain pose, shoulders relaxed, belly in. And we'll inhale, bring those arms up. Exhale, pull the belly in, fold all the way down, chin to chest. Inhale, long spine, firm belly. Exhale, plant the hands, step yourself back to plank and lower through your vinyasa. You guys all know what you're doing, so if floating back is in your practice, just be careful. Make sure you float to chaturanga. Make sure the belly is strong. One more breath here. Inhale, lift those heels, look forward. You can tippy toe walk or take big steps or float right to the top of the mat. Inhale, long spine, firm belly. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise. Bring those arms all the way up. Feet are really planted into the ground. And exhale, pull the belly in. Fold all the way down. Inhale, lengthen it up. Exhale, vinyasa. Plant those hands. Step or float. Maintain the strength of that plank even when you lower to chaturanga. Don't lose it. Keep the back strong. Keep the belly strong. On your next inhale, lift those heels high and make your way up to the top of the mat. Next inhale, lengthen out the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, fold right back down, Uttanasana. Inhale, long spine, firm belly. And exhale, plant those hands, take your vinyasa. Good, beautiful. We'll meet up in down dog, breathe there. One more breath. Good. On your next inhale, come high on the toes, gaze goes forward, step, float, or fly up to the top of the mat. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, arms come up, shoulder blades stay down. And exhale, hands to the heart. Arms down by the sides, right to sun B. Inhale to chair pose. Hold this here for a little bit just to get it set up. The tailbones tucked, the belly button's in and up. You want to see those toes when you look down. Knees are squeezed together. Shoulder blades relax. Energy in those arms. Maybe the gaze goes up a little, weights in the heels. One more inhale. And exhale, straighten the legs, fold down. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, vinyasa. On your next inhale, float that right leg straight up off the mat. Hips stay even. Exhale, bring the knee in. Plant the foot down. Left heel comes down. Inhale, warrior one. Hold it here and breathe. So make sure you're not hiking this hip up. Everything's nice and long here. You got the your QL muscle down here. It's our hiking muscle, but this is not where you want to hike. You want to be rooted into the ground. Blade edge of that left foot pushes down. Right foot really stamping down into the mat. Belly's in, tailbones tucked. Shoulder blades down. Lots of energy in the arms. One more inhale. And exhale. Keep those hips squared as you fold down, plant the hands, step this right foot back to plank, and move through your vinyasa. You guys all know you can always skip your vinyasa and go to down dog. Some days it's just not the day where you feel like flowing through a bunch of vinyasas, totally fine. On your next inhale, float that left leg straight up. Exhale, bring the knee in, plant the foot down, right heel comes down, root down, rise up, warrior one. So same thing. Want to feel long in here, no hiking, you're grounded. Feet are pushed down. When your feet are pushed down, when you're really grounded, you can really focus on pulling this belly in, making the spine longer. It'll give you a healthy spine. The more you're grounded in, engaged in the belly, the more space you get in between those vertebrae, trying to avoid those slipped discs and bulging discs. Bulging, I don't know. Take one more inhale. And exhale. Remember, transitions are important, so be mindful when you're transitioning, folding down, planting the hands, stepping this left foot back, vinyasa. So transitions are often when the injuries happen. Because we're like, okay, it's just time to move to the next pose. No, the transitions are as important. Each pose has 3 components to it. Coming into the pose, being in the pose, and coming out of the pose. They're all equally important. So it's not about like hurrying up and getting to the next pose. It's about being mindful the whole class, breathing the whole class, really important. One more breath in your down dog. Good, and then inhale, lift those heels. Look forward, make your way up to the top. Good. Inhale, long spine, firm belly. Exhale, fold. And then inhale for Utkatasana, chair pose. Remember all those engagements from the first one we did. Good. So we're going to bring the hands to the heart, stay in our chair, and we're going to lower the hips a little and twist to the right. So we're bringing this left elbow over the right knee. It's a pretty deep twist, so if it's a little too much, you bring that left hand to the right knee, right hand to the right hip. So if your left knee popped out in front of the right, so you want to make sure you pull it back. Those knees should be nice and even. So if you're just dying to arm balance, it's totally fine if you want to lower all the way down, plant those hands shoulder width. If you're not ready for it or arm balancing isn't your thing, don't worry about it. You can actually shelf your body if you need to and just lift those feet off the mat for your side plank if you want, or you could just stay twisted for 3. 2. If you're in side plank, you can come back to this twisted chair. 1 more breath. Good. Hands back to center. We're going to straighten those legs and fold. Toe heel the feet, hips width distance. Take the peace sign fingers, loop up the big toes. Inhale for a long spine. And exhale, folding into Padangusthasana. Again, the weight's heading the balls of the feet. It's the belly that keeps you from falling over, so suck it in really tight. Pull up on those toes. Elbows should come out to the sides. Shoulder blades move away from the ears. Fold a little deeper. Good, release those toes. Toe heel the feet back to touch. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, the hands to the heart. Inhale, lower the hips. And exhale, twist left. So get settled here. Make sure the knees are even, the belly's in, the hips are low. And then if you wanted to try that side plank on this side, you can. You can shelf your entire body on the left arm and the right arm, or if you want to go a little deeper, you can try and move this left hand back a little bit so that your hip doesn't end up leaning on that arm. Totally up to you. And we're all going to come back to that twisted chair. And then straighten those legs and fold. Toe, heel the feet, hips whip again. Padahastasana this time. So I don't know if you can see my feet, but the hands go palms up underneath the feet, only if your toes can make it to the wrist crease. So if the toes aren't quite making it to the wrist crease, either take another big toe hold or that ragdoll we already did, or fold in here. Belly is in super tight for 3, 2, and 1. Rock the weight back into the heels, release the hands. You can take a flow here, or you can go right back to down dog. Take a little reset breath before we start flowing a little bit more. Big inhale in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. We'll do that one more time. Inhaling in through the nose. And exhaling out of the mouth. On your next inhale, float that right leg up off the mat. Exhale, plant that foot in between the hands, and we're windmilling open to warrior 2. So heel to arch alignment or heel to heel alignment is okay, but pretty much feet are in one straight line. Blade edge of that left foot is parallel with the back edge of the mat. Right finger bone sort of externally rotates, so you should see that big toe when you look down. Spine is straight. Biceps and triceps hug the bone. Relax those shoulders down. Gaze over that right middle finger. Belly is in. And breathe. Make sure you're not clenching your teeth. Make sure your toes aren't gripping onto the mat. You want to feel like you're wrinkling up the mat in between the feet. Pull that belly in one more time. Take an inhale. And then we're going to exhale a side angle or extended side angle. Side angle, right elbow to right thigh, left arm straight up. Extended, you could use a block or bring your hand all the way down to the mat. And then you slice this left bicep over the left ear. So really push down into the blade edge of the left foot here. Really reach through those left fingertips. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone, twist the heart open to the ceiling a little bit more. Feel yourself losing one of the engagements. Just re-engage, it's not a big deal. Pulling that left shoulder away from the ear. Two more breaths. One more. On your next inhale, stay bent in this right leg. Come to that reverse warrior. So you can dangle this left arm. You can wrap it around your lower back. Just 2 more breaths here. Feeling long on both sides, so keep this left hip from hiking up too much. 1 more breath. Good, we're gonna windmill down and we're coming right into that easy twist. So left hand goes down, you're coming onto the ball of the left foot, and the right arm goes up. Tuck the tailbone, stamp this right foot down, lift those hips a little more. Left quad is super engaged. Gazing up if you can for 3, 2, 1 more breath. On your next inhale, keep the arms exactly where they are. Just lift the torso. Coming up, opening up. Again, if you want to bring this right hand to the right hip, if that helps your balance a little bit, that's fine. Trying to gaze all the way to the wall behind you. Two more breaths. One more. Good, we're gonna bring that gaze back to the front. we're gonna start to swim our arms forward. You might wanna hop this back foot in a little bit. We're gonna lift this left knee up. We're gonna grab that left knee with the right hand. Reach that left arm behind you. Flex this left foot if you're holding on to the knee. If you can extend it more, you can grab the blade edge of that left foot with the right hand and straighten that left leg. And then play with the gaze. It gets wonky. Slowly, if you can, there we go. Switch the gaze towards the back wall if you can. If you lose your balance, just come right back into it. One more breath. Good, so pistol squat here if you can. If you don't know what that is or it's not in your practice, don't worry about it. I can't do it. So you're just sort of releasing that leg, squaring off the hips and lowering down to the mat with the left leg straight. It's just not something my knees can do after 25 years of running, so maybe one day. So we're all the way down on the mat. Right leg is bent. Right foot is planted. Left leg is straight, left foot is flexed. I wanna make sure this left leg's engaged. And we're just gonna reach forward, reaching for that foot, pulling the belly in. So you wanna make sure you didn't push this whole leg forward too much. The femur bone is still pulled into the hip socket here. Belly is in super tight. Right knee is really hugging into that right shoulder. Reaching the spine nice and long. If you have a bind here, you could take it, you're sort of wrapping that right arm around that right shin. Totally up to you, just 2 more breaths here. If you are taking the bind, just don't forget to keep this left leg engaged, left foot flexed. We're gonna slowly release that foot. We're coming into this C position, so right hand behind the back, hug this right knee with the left arm, and twist. Keep flexing that left foot, keep that left leg engaged for 3. Root down into the sitting bones, pull the belly in for 2. 1 more breath. Good, slowly untwist. We're just gonna go right into our vinyasa. So if you want to cross the ankles, plant the hands and shoot yourself back, or you can step yourself back to plank and then move through your vinyasa, or go right to down dog. Take a breath or 2 there. Good, inhale, float that left leg up. Straight up. Exhale, bring the foot in between the hands. And then that right foot comes down and you're windmilling open for warrior 2. So feet are in pretty much one line, whether it's heel to heel or heel to arch, whatever is more comfortable for you. Bending as deeply as you can, maybe taking a little wider stance than you normally do. Belly's in, tailbones tucked. They sort of go together. Shoulders down, shoulder blades squeeze, muscles hug the bone in the arms. So at the same time that you're really pushing this right blade edge down, you're trying to wrinkle the mat up in between your feet. It gets those inner thighs fired up, which eventually gets the pelvic floor fired up. Three more breaths. Finding the stillness, using your breath control here. Fight or flight can totally kick in here. You don't want to be here. Who wants to be here? Nobody wants to be here. Control the breath, control the mind. One more. Good, big inhale. And then exhale to your side or extended side angle. Blocks are my best friend in this pose. I probably use them forever here. Remember, if you're in side angle, that right arm is straight up. Extend it a little more. Right fingertips reach to the wall. Again, tuck that tailbone. Really stamp down into that left foot. Rotate the heart towards the ceiling. Feel that nice long line from heel to fingertip. 2. 1 more breath. Good. We're going to come to that reverse warrior. So again, this right arm can just be down the leg or wrapped around your back. But again, feel a little bit of length in that waist. Keep the belly in. Keep that left heel pushed down. You want to feel some engagement in that left glute. 1 more breath. On the exhale, windmill down. We're going to plant this right hand down, come to the ball of the right foot, push down into this left foot, lift this left arm up. Gaze follows. So you're almost scissoring those inner thighs together even though they don't touch. You don't want this right hip to drop down. Keep the belly in, keep pushing into that left heel. 2. 1 more breath. Good, get strong, ground down into those feet, pull that belly in, keep the arms right where they are and just lift the torso up. You have an option to bring this left hand to that left hip if that works for you. And then see if you could bring the gaze over that left shoulder. Pull the belly in. Make sure you're not hiking up here. So really ground it down into that left foot. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Good. So we're going to swim. Bring the gaze back to the front. Bring this right knee up and catch it with the left hand. If you're staying here, it's fine. Just flex that right foot. If you're going to go a little further, you're grabbing the blade edge of the right foot with the left hand, straightening that leg, reaching that right arm behind you, and maybe shifting the focus. Super slow, finding your breath, twisting open more. 1 more breath. Good. Coming back to face the front. We're going to let go of that right foot, point it out. And again, if you have that pistol squat, you can lower all the way down, or you can just squat yourself down, all the way down to the mat. Right leg out this time. Left foot, a little bit of distance between the left foot and the right thigh. I'm going to bring the shoulders to the inside of that left knee. And we're just going to reach forward for that right foot. If you don't reach it, it's fine. You're just reaching towards it. Foot is flexed. Left knee is really pushing into that left shoulder. Again, if you have the bind, you can take it. Just make sure that right leg's still engaged when you let go of it. 2 more breaths. 1 more. Good. Slowly release. Now we're going to take that twist, hugging this left knee with the right arm. Left hand behind the back, sitting bones pushed down, right foot still flexed. And bring the chin towards that left shoulder. You want to feel like the collarbones are sort of spreading apart here. 2. 1 more breath. Good. Slowly untwist. And again, you could plant those hands, lift the hips a little bit, shoot yourself back to chaturanga, or step yourself right back to plank. And take your vinyasa. After you make it to down dog, you can drop the knees, wipe the sweat if you need to, take a drink. Breathe for the mood you want. And we'll make our way back to down dog. So make your down dog super strong. Grip those fingertips down. Hands are shoulder width, feet are hips width. Belly's in. Biceps wrap forward, head hang, shoulder blades relax. And we're going to inhale, lift that right leg straight up off the mat. Exhale, we're going to bring the right knee to the left elbow, so across the body. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, right to left, hold it. Hold it. Make sure that right elbow isn't bending. And then we're going to stay here and just straighten that right leg, landing onto the blade edge of that right foot and coming into our fallen triangle. So the sole of the left foot comes down, that right arm reaches up. Pushing those hips up for 3, 2. Big inhale. And exhale. Lower this left hand down. Bring the right knee into the chest. Hold this cheetah. And then plant that foot in between the hands. Drop this left knee down. Untuck the toes. So get that traction in between the heel and the knee. Pull the belly in. And lift the arms up. So again, heart opener of your choice here. Maybe it's just reaching back with those arms. Maybe it's bringing the hands to the lower back a little bit. Maybe you want to take a bind. See if you can bring that gaze up a little bit. Getting the heart a little more open. Don't sink down too much and don't lift up too much. There's kind of a happy medium here in Anjaneyasana. Belly stays in, chest is open. One more breath. Good. Release the bind if you have it. Bring the hands to the hips. Tuck the left toes. Really power into the left ball of the foot and the right heel. And lift yourself up for crescent. Arms go up. Shoulders stay down. Big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach forward. Keep pulling that right hip back. And exhale to twist. Belly is in, tailbone is tucked. When you tuck your tailbone a little bit more, you'll feel you have a little more slack to twist open a little bit more. Big inhale. And exhale, untwist, just plant those hands down into this runner's lunge just for a moment to recalibrate. And then we're going to hop this left foot up a little bit, straighten both legs. You want that hips width distance between the feet. Left toes are angled off at about 45 degrees. Legs are straight. We're moving into pyramid pose, Parsvottanasana. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and exhale, fold. You need blocks here to reach the mat. Really awesome. We're eventually trying to work the chin towards the shin. Some days it's better than others. Belly is in, pull that right hip up and back, left hip down and forward. Don't forget about this left leg. So we tend to focus on the right leg here because it feels like it's stretching more, but really engage this left leg. Push the blade edge of that foot into the mat. And then we're going to inhale, lift up halfway. If you have blocks and you want to use them here, we're moving into revolved triangle. It's totally up to you. So you can place that left hand to the inside of the right foot or the outside of the right foot. Start by bringing that right hand to the right hip. Maybe pull it back a little bit. Pull that belly in and twist open to the right. Again, you kind of tend to lose your balance a little bit here. Just make sure the toes are liberated. You don't want them gripping into the mat. Pull the belly in tighter. 2, One more breath here. Good, right to revolve calf moon, planting this left hand down, right underneath that left shoulder and lifting that left leg up. Maybe the gaze goes up towards the right hand. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. It's always challenging because there's balance and there's hip stuff. And there's the twisting. 2. Big inhale. On the exhale, bring that right hand back down to the mat. Start to bend into this right knee and lower this left knee behind that right heel and sit all the way down. And we're set up for Ardha Matsyendrasana. You guys all know you could straighten that left leg if you need to. So I used to say this all the time, I haven't said it in a while. You want this right foot jammed down into the mat so much that you could push into it and stand right up without using your hands. It's always something to work towards. Remember, yoga is a lot of intention over action. So your intention is to be so strong there that you want to stand up. The action part of it might not happen, it might never happen, but that's okay. It's the intention part that's important. So we're moving into Ardha Matsyendrasana, right hand behind the back. Make sure that right sitting bone is still making contact with the mat somehow, some way. It might mean you need to straighten this left leg. You can bring that tricep over, or you could just sort of hug the knee, whatever's working for you here. But the belly is in, the chest is open, and the chin goes towards the right shoulder. For 3, 2, and 1. So you can untwist a little bit, but sort of stay here. So I haven't been doing a lot of arm balancing because just hard to teach when I can't see you guys. And I mean, you could call it more advanced poses, but they're more precarious, let's put it that way. So again, you can stay twisted for a little longer if you want, or you can move yourself into Vinyasa 1 if you know what you're doing. Again, if you're like, what? Don't worry about it. Super hard to teach when we're not in the same room together. But if you want to move into Vinyasa 1 from this twisted position, you're sort of getting yourself up until you're sort of standing on that left shin. You're still kind of twisted up here. Bringing those hands down, shoulder width. So it's almost like a side crow, but we're a little twisted up here. You're leaning forward, chest comes way far forward, gaze goes forward, and feet maybe lift off the mat. If you're into it, you can straighten those legs a little bit, totally up to you, or just stay twisted. Take a few more breaths here. One more breath, so if you're in Kundalini, you can start to lower down. And then we'll all slowly untwist and counter twist to the left. And then move through your vinyasa. So uncross those legs, plant the hands down, shoot yourself back or step back to plank. Take your vinyasa or go right to down dog. One more little side to do. From that down dog, inhale, float that left leg up off the mat. Exhale, left knee to right elbow. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, left to right. Inhale, leg up. Exhale, left to right. Hold it. So really round the back, straighten that left elbow, push the mat away. And then we're just staying there and straightening that leg, landing on the blade edge of that left foot. Sole of the right foot comes down, right arm lifts, hips push up as much as you can push them up. Breathing here, 2 more breaths. One more breath. On the exhale, lower that right hand down, pull that left knee back into the chest, into cheetah pose. And then plant the left foot in between the hands. Lower that right knee. Untuck the right toes. Engage between that left heel and right knee. And lift the arms up. Anjaneyasana, kneeling crescent, whatever you want to call it. Take your heart opener. Remember that belly stays engaged even though the chest is open, even though we're sort of pulling our ribs apart. You do want to keep the belly in. One more inhale. Good, exhale. Release any bind you have. You can bring the hands to the hips. If you need to bring this right knee in a little bit, you can. We're going to tuck the right toes, really ground down into that left heel, and lift up into our crescent lunge. Arms go up, left hip pulls back, hips tilt forward, shoulder blades stay down. Slow down the breath. Push the center of that left heel down, get that left glute engaged, take one big inhale. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale, lean forward, keep pulling that left hip back though, and exhale, twist over to the left. Tailbone's tucked, belly is in, chin towards this left shoulder. Two more breaths. One more breath. Good, slowly release. Both hands down. We're gonna hop the right foot in a little bit. Feet stay hips width distance, legs straighten. Right foot's on about a 45-degree angle. Pull that left hip back. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, pyramid. Don't forget about the right leg. Keep it engaged. For 3. 2. 1 more breath. Inhale, lift up halfway, set up for revolve triangle. Right hand to the outside of that right foot. Or inside, whatever's working for you, maybe to a block. Lift that left arm up. Maybe the gaze follows. Don't forget about that right leg. Right foot still really planted into the mat. 2. 1 more breath. And then we're just going to start to come forward into that left foot. Plant that right hand down underneath the right shoulder, lift that right leg up. Make sure that right leg is engaged. The right glute is working to keep that leg lifted off the mat. Parivrita Ardha Chandrasana. 2 more breaths. 1 more. On the exhale, release that left hand down to the mat, little bend in that left knee, and bring that right knee behind the left ankle, sitting all the way down, setting up for Ardha Matsyendrasana. Remember that left foot's really pushed down into the mat. Left ankle bone and that right knee make a little bit of contact. You can twist yourself around, whatever works to get that left sitting bone down on the mat. Pull the belly in tight, left arm behind the back. Straight spine and twist. Inhale, reach the crown of the head towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull the belly in and twist. And if you want to stay here, you can, or you can move into Kundalini 1 if you want to. Again, from this twisted position, you sort of stand up onto that right shin, bring that left knee high up into that right tricep. Hands are shoulder width, sort of use the right toes to push your hips up a little bit, lean forward, chest forward, gaze forward, and then maybe the feet come off the mat. Maybe you straighten the legs. Take a few breaths there. Lower back down into your half Lord of the Fishes. Inhale. Exhale, gently release. Take your counter twist over to the right. Good. And then take your vinyasa or go right to down dog.
After you hit down dog, go ahead and take your child's pose. Recalibrate, find your breath again. Relax those shoulders. Relax the face. One more inhale. Exhale. And then just lift those hips. We're coming right onto our belly. So twisting sort of brings out the organs a little bit, which helps detoxify you. And then, so we're gonna do a couple of belly down back bends, which further puts a little bit of pressure in the center of our body, just sort of getting things moving, getting blood flowing. So we did Cobra, we did Sphinx, we did Locust, so we did a lot of back bends already. So we're pretty much ready to go right into a bow pose. If bow is not your thing, definitely just do another Locust. So you can bring the chin and forehead to the mat, legs engaged, arms down by the sides, and take your Shavasana Locust pose. Or if you want to move into a bow, we're bending our knees, grabbing onto the feet from the outside. So the hands are pretty much underneath the toes. There's another version of this where your thighs don't have to come off the mat. If you want to take that, you're flexing the feet and grabbing the ankles, and then kicking the feet into the hands and lifting the chest. Thighs don't come up. If you want to come into that full bow, hands underneath the toes, shoulder blades squeeze. Inhale, lift the chest up. Exhale, lift the quads up, and then kick the feet into the hands. The kicking the feet into the hands is the important part. We're not pulling on the feet. We're kicking the feet in the hands. You want that traction there. Pressure is on the belly, 2. Neck is neutral. 1 more breath, lift higher. And then lower down. You can rest on one cheek. Arms down by the sides. If it feels good to windshield wiper those shins from side to side, go ahead. It just releases the lower back. And then 1 more. So chin or forehead to the mat. You're moving into bow. Go ahead and grab those feet. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lift the quads. And then kick the feet into the hands. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Rest on the opposite cheek. Windshield wiper if it feels good. And then we're just going to plant those hands, push ourselves up. And just to get a little bit more side stretch, we're going to come into Janu Shirshasana B. So you want a little bit of a wider angle, right legs out, left sole of the foot's into that right inner thigh. So anyone you want, if you're ready to bring that forearm down and twist open, you can. You bring that right hand to that left knee. Just want this side stretch a little bit. So whatever is working for you today, make sure that right foot is flexed, sitting bones are grounded. There's a lot of twisting today, so let's just stretch it out. One more breath. And then let's come out of that. I'm just going to switch it out. Right sole of the foot into that left inner thigh. And then you can bring that left forearm down, or whatever you did on the other side, right arm up. Just twisting the heart open towards the ceiling. Feeling the stretch on the right side. For 3. Right sitting bone grounded. 2. And 1. Slowly undo that, bring both legs straight out in front of you. So Jordy always does this in his classes. He says you can always push your hands down, lift your hips up a little, send them back. But you kind of end up really on your sitting bones here. Flex the feet, thighs are together. Inhale, lift the chest. And we're just gonna exhale with a straight spine, reach forward. So you do want your belly to hit the thighs. So that's what comes first. And if the spine isn't flexible enough to get the chest to hit the knees, that's fine, but we still want to put a little bit of pressure on the belly. Get that fold down there really deep. Get those organs working and moving and processing all those toxins to get them out of our bodies. Gaze is forward. Paschimottanasana. One more breath. And release it out. And then we're just going to take Viparita Karani. So legs up the wall. If you want to come all the way to the wall, bring your hips all the way to the wall and put your legs straight up, you can. If you're not near a wall, you can literally just put your legs straight up and lie there. If you want a little bit more, you can bring a block if you have one underneath your lower back and hang out here. Legs stay pretty much engaged. Arms are down by your sides. And just hang out here. So when you move through a vinyasa class, the blood goes where it's needed, which is in the standing part, especially the legs. So we're just sort of reversing the blood flow. Bringing it all back to our center, to our organs to help flush everything out. And then that also stabilizes the central nervous system. If you tweaked it a little bit, it allows the parasympathetic to kick back in. Feel free to close your eyes. Controlling your breath, breathing for the mood you want. Relaxing the jaw. Two more breaths here. One more. And if you're against the wall, just start to shimmy your way off of it. Your legs are straight up, just lower them down. If you're on a block, just remove it. And you can hug the knees in a little bit, roll from side to side. And then we're going to tee the arms out. And we'll drop the knees over to the right. And the gaze over to the left. Actually, I promised myself I'd stop saying that. Chin to the left. So it's not just the gaze. I lift my head up off the mat every time, turn it, and place it back down. Y'all know the neck is part of the spine, so make sure you get the twist all the way from the top to the bottom. We're gonna slowly,
Would you be okay with that, going back to work?
we're gonna slowly.
My reading of the public is yes.
Sorry, somebody else is using its speaker. Switch out your twist. Good. Come on back to center. You can take a happy baby if you want, grabbing the blade edges of the feet, keeping that tailbone down on the mat. And then bring those knees together, squeeze them tight.
Take a big, big, deep inhale in through the nose. Exhale out of the mouth. And let's take one more inhale in through the nose. And exhale out of the mouth. Release those legs, straighten them out. Heels go towards the corners, toes fall open. Arms down by the sides, palms face up. Squeeze those shoulder blades together, inhale. And exhale. Shavasana. All right, we'll start taking some deeper breaths. You're just inviting air back into the lungs right now. And as your awareness begins to come back into the room, into your body, making whatever gentle movements you like to make. And when you feel awake enough, start to reach the arms overhead, taking a really long stretch. And then one at a time, hug those knees into the chest, squeezing tight. Maybe rock from side to side a little bit, massaging up lower back one last time. And then it's totally up to you how you want to come out of this. You can rock onto one side in the fetal position, take a few breaths there, and then push yourself up. Or you can rock yourself straight up to that seated cross-legged position you were in the beginning of class.
And when you get to that seat, Sukhasana, just feel those shoulder blades relax, belly still a little bit engaged. Hands to the heart space, a little bit of space between the palms. Chin tucks in a simple sign of gratitude. So it's easy to focus on some negative stuff right now. Always bring that breath around, to bring those thoughts around, to focus on what you're grateful for. So we're going to bring those thumbs up to the third eye in the center of the forehead. On the inhale, we're going to sort of lean back and let some light in. And then on the exhale, we'll fold forward together, bowing down and sealing in today's practice. Namaste, yogis. Namaste, yogis.
Namaste. Thank you.
Namaste. That was great, Suzanne. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a lovely day. And honestly, if you really ever need anything, I mean it. You can always shout out to me. I don't know. I run around. I run to the studio every once in a while to water the plants, so I could always drop stuff off for people or whatever. But let me know if you need anything or if you just want to talk. I am here doing way less than I normally do, which is really good for me right now. But I hope you all are finding some space for yourselves, finding a little bit of peace and keeping those crazy thoughts, that monkey mind at bay as best as you can. I'm going to send out the recordings today, so you can practice whenever you want. And have a lovely day.
Thanks,
Thank
Suzanne.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.